There you go. It's a false start. Some would call it a false flag. Oh, no Alex Jones jokes today. He's just getting. There you go.
All right, well, welcome back to the Nub. I'm the Murse.
This is Felton.
And we're here to talk about some nerdy stuff. So let's get right into it. The Brevard Renaissance Faire, happened this weekend, the last weekend, and this weekend coming up.
Yes.
Right? And you attended both weekends so far, right?
Oh, yes.
And I've just attended the one weekend. This is actually my first time at a Renaissance Fair. I've never actually been to one before. But let's talk about the superstar that you're becoming now with your cosplay, with your BeetleJuice. So.
Oh, man. Oh, I'm just glad I didn't upset anybody.
Yeah,
you know,
I guess they maybe could have gone away with like, oh, he's making fun of our thing.
But I thought I made a really nice pirate outfit.
Yeah, so for the audience, it was a BeetleJuice pirate costume.
And somebody dubbed me Beetle Buccaneer.
Oh,
and I absolutely
nice.
loved that. I was like, oh, Beetle Buccaneer.
That's great.
Creative. I can't come up with that. I can't come up with names, I've found.
Yeah, but imagine trying to say that 3 times, though. I mean,
Beetle Buccaneer,
you'd never be summoned. This is too much.
It doesn't flow nice. So, yeah, I put together a little striped vest, which I painstakingly painted
I was going to say, don't undersell this, because the costume was fantastic.
And the whole thing, I think, for me that brought it together was I found this, like, shiny, weird shirt at
it was the puffy shirt.
Yeah, it was like a puffy, and I don't know why someone would throw this away. It was at the Goodwill. I'm like, this is a fancy ass puffy shiny shirt. What the hell? So immediately I washed it because it reeked of cologne, like
as you would expect somebody who would wear that shirt as a regular shirt would
please
smell.
Wash your donations before you give them to Goodwill.
That takes the fun out of it.
Yeah.
I like to play. Where do I think this came from?
Yeah, well, I think it came from the closet of a person who frequents a lot of Latino nightclubs.
Oh, really?
Because that's what the cologne smelled like on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But
it was good.
Let me tell you, like I thought it was fantastic, and everywhere we went is BeetleJuice. Now, the funny thing, Foxtail pointed this out. It seems like the guys were afraid to say BeetleJuice 3 times. Like they'd be like, BeetleJuice, that guy, or, you.
It's like there's a superstition, It
was weird. It was very. I've never. Is there something I just don't know about?
Was it that convincing?
I don't know. Is there something I just don't know about? Let me tell you, with the teeth edition, you are really killing it. Like you really look like Michael Keaton in BeetleJuice costume. I mean, it was fantastic.
I didn't tell you about the aftermath of that, did I? No. So, denture cream. Okay, let me just paint this picture for you.
Okay.
Denture cream is a gooey substance, but it creates like this weird suction, right, between what's supposed to be your gums and whatever prosthetic you have. So since I have my teeth, it created this weird gooey suction between the dentures that I made and my real teeth, which did not come off until I got home. I had this gooey junk on my teeth, and they wouldn't come out either. I had to, like, forcefully pull them out.
Are you afraid you were going to lose a tooth in the process?
I was afraid that it was going to actually damage my teeth.
You're going to have to wear actual dentures now?
Oh, this isn't good. Like, I used too much. Oh, no. Like, I probably could have used half the denture cream that I used.
Well, live and learn.
And it would have been fine. But it was a little disgusting, and just that sensation on my teeth. So that was lovely. And my teeth were numb. That was strange. I kept feeling like, oh no, like my front teeth. But maybe it was the denture cream? I don't know.
Now, I have to say, this is my first Renaissance Fair. I've never been to one before. And I was there with my family and my son. And for those, I don't think I've ever talked about it before. My son's autistic, so he has trouble in crowds and things like that, So I'm not sure if I enjoyed my time there, and I think part of it might have been because, I was, having to watch over my son, make sure he was okay, make sure everything was going good. He really wasn't.
Seemed like he was a champ, though.
Yeah, he did really good.
God.
But I mean, he was not really into it. Yeah. So I don't know if I think I might want to give it another chance, because I wasn't. I don't know how I felt about it. To be honest, I love the jousting.
Yep.
I think, I don't know. I guess I had to get myself in the mindset because this whole, oh, what is this device that you have that takes, that steals people's souls and puts the images on it. And I'm like, oh, come on, man. I mean, I know you work at Kinko's. Like, relax.
Like, you take photos at the DMV.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you steal more souls than anyone.
But
apparently.
the jousting was pretty cool. I mean, it was no, what is it, Medieval Knights?
Medieval place?
No, Medieval Knights, the restaurant.
Times.
Medieval Times, that's what it is, yeah. I can't remember the name. I can't get anything straight for anything. Anyways,
the medieval place.
The medieval place.
King
but
Alfonso.
it wasn't bad,
Yeah.
I liked the little jokes and stuff like that. Like one of the guys who was playing the villain. He came over to where I was taking pictures, and he like starts posing with his staff. So I'm like taking the pictures, and he's like, come on, I'm posing for you, now I'm posing for you. And he's like pointing at the. I thought that was funny. Like there's funny little jokes and stuff here and there.
I think my favorite part, I'm going into one of these like clothing booths, right? And apparently this girl didn't see me. So she turns around and she gasps, like as I'm walking by. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh. I said, well, I could say the same thing about you, man. I just keep walking. Her and her friends start laughing.
Because of your Beetlejuice costume, your Beetlejuice cosplay again, I had to watch Beetlejuice again. I hadn't watched that in forever, I forgot about that, about like a lot of the funniness in that movie. But then there's that awkwardness I didn't get as a kid, but I get now, where Beetlejuice, this old ghost thing, wants to marry like a teenage girl.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is. I mean, I get it, so he can become alive again or some kind of weird thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, it made me think about this in media of all types. There's a really weird like rapey vibe when it comes to to some of the
because I mean PG movie.
Well, think about this, okay? So you've got Twilight, right?
Yep.
That guy, the sparkly vampire guy, he's 800
Edward.
some odd years old, right?
He's old as shit.
And she's like 13 years old. Like, I don't care that he looks like a teenager. He still had experiences. He's been alive for 800 some odd years.
That makes you 800 years old.
Exactly. And she's 13 or 14 or however old she's a teenager. You know? I'm like, there's a lot of this like weird, like subliminal, like
So there's
creepiness.
two thoughts I have on that. One could be if you have the mindset of, regardless of how old you get, you don't develop like omniscience and know everything, and there's a certain degree of fall off to memories, for example. That with a story like Twilight, I can kind of buy, like if that's what we're going with. But if we're going with you remember in vivid detail all 800 years of your vampire life, and you marry a 16-year-old, you're a bit rapey. Like that's
exactly like, and all these people, all these like young women and stuff like that are watching these these movies and reading these books and stuff like that, and I don't know how many of them it's actually dawning on them like, this is some old dude hitting on and then trying to get with a teenager who hasn't even experienced life really.
You know what I just realized? The urban fantasy novel that I just got is the exact opposite of Twilight.
Do me a favor. Explain what you've been doing in your free time recently.
So basically, this novel is the opposite of Twilight. It is a thousands of year old succubus who is in love with a 20-year-old boy. So he's an adult, so we're already marks better than Twilight.
Yeah, we're already moving in that direction. Yeah.
But it's like urban fantasy, like Twilight for guys, I think is what this is.
That's just crazy. I mean, I don't...
and I hate myself. And then I started looking up the reviews, and everybody's like, oh, this is kind of like a guilty pleasure. Like, it's very like, you read it and you're like, oh, yeah, that's awesome. Like, because the action scenes in it and all this stuff.
I get where you're coming from with the guilty pleasure thing, because... I'm not gonna lie. There's a series that I've read almost every book in. Yeah. And it is the what is it? I forget the name of the House of Night books. And it's
wait a minute. Is that the vampire one?
Yes. And he's
the detective.
No. I swear to you, it's basically Harry Potter, but with vampires and like sex. And the reason I kept reading them though was because there was this really cool undertone of like Indian mythology, Native American mythology. I apologize, not like Hindu mythology, but Native American mythology underneath it, which really like intrigued me. But like, the books annoyed me at the same time because I'm like, I don't care about who this chick is trying to date, and I don't care about but this was my guilty pleasure. Like I'd be reading these like somewhere like in a locked room with the door closed and a little light so nobody could see me reading them, because these are definitely, by all accounts, books made for females by females.
Yeah.
But I would be sitting there reading them just like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Who is he gonna date
Yeah,
next?
who is she gonna fall in love with? There's the bull, there's the vampire.
It goes back to something.
Girls don't sound like that.
Our producer's
Wicked,
chiming in.
yeah. Our producer Wicked is just trying to explain to us that girls do not sound like the voices we did. But that's the voices I hear whenever I talk to females. So, oh man, I think we just lost. I think we just lost the entire audience now.
Hole,
I know.
So deep.
Let's get back on you and the fluffies.
Yeah.
Or furries. I mean.
Talk about Renaissance Cast.
All right.
Oh, the pub crawl was great.
There was a pub crawl after the Renaissance Fair?
No, it's every
Our
day.
producer is telling us there's a pub crawl every day.
At 1.
Are you an alcoholic now? There's a pub crawl every day.
I went once. But,
every day of the week there's a pub
I
crawl.
saw pictures and Foxtail was like pulled by one of the guys that did the pub crawl.
She was what?
She was in the audience and she had to participate by one of the guys that leads the pub crawl.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, we went. Okay, so Foxtail and I had watched this thing they had at the Renaissance Fair called Stupid Things with Fire.
Oh,
And,
I saw those
yes.
guys.
And so Foxtail got pulled up on the stage, or not the stage, but pulled up to do this thing where he's like reading people's minds, and she had to give him like antlers and like follow him around. But our producer Wicked is telling us that apparently that guy leads the pub crawl for the
The guy
Renaissance
that
Fair,
does stupid things.
Hilarious.
and she says it was hilarious.
The guy that does stupid things with fire.
I think that
leads the pub
Wicked.
crawl.
I think that Wicked might be an alcoholic though, because she did say
No,
that
well,
there's a
she's
pub crawl
drinking-
every day.
She's drinking, what is that shit? Kabusha right now, so
Kombucha.
that's some weird root that cleanses your insides.
Okay, all right. So the Renaissance Fair is cool. I think I'll give it another try. I don't know about this weekend. Maybe next time it's in town, I'll give it another try. Though I have to try it. I have to try it without my son, though. I think like nothing. Like I love doing things with my son, but he just was not into it.
Yeah,
Pardon me. And when he's not into something,
yeah,
he really makes it known.
yeah.
So
Maybe we'll grow on him.
Maybe
Hmm.
I did. It surprised me because he loves medieval times.
Yeah.
Thank you. He loves medieval times.
He loves the medieval restaurant. What is
Yeah.
that called? You go there and they serve you food and then
Now-
they joust.
I will say I had to break my veganist because they had the turkey leg, and I
I
had to
saw
get turkey
that.
leg.
I saw
I
that.
had to get that turkey leg.
You were eating that like it
Ooh,
was.
and let me tell you, my stomach reminded me that I don't eat meat afterwards, but it was worth it. That was one of the best turkey legs I think I've ever had. And again, I think my senses for meat are heightened now because of the fact that I don't eat it very often. So now, when I do eat meat, I'm just like, oh my god, this is amazing. So it might not have been as good as I thought it was, but it did taste pretty damn good. All in all, I mean, I had a good time. My parents, bought all the the cheesy like store-bought costumes, so we all had like these cheesy store-bought costumes. I was like a store-bought knight costume and stuff like that. I mean, it was good fun. I mean, I know that the people that put all the hard work into making their costumes, see, I felt like I was being more disrespectful than you could ever be, because here are these people walking around with these beautiful costumes. I'm talking about just gorgeous, made with like leather and actual metal and things like that. And here I am
Crafted
walking
leather
around
that they carved with their hand
yeah,
tools.
exactly. And here I am with my Halloween store, like flimsy ass night costume. I'm just like, maybe I might.
Well, Fiona's Fineries, she has costumes to rent. So,
I didn't know that.
yeah,
next time.
just get a hold of Fiona.
Exactly.
And then the
Next
dogs are
time.
gonna fight.
So there's something that's exciting me right now. It is, it's not a full, it's not a full game. Well, it is a full game. I apologize. It is a full game, but it's not the game that we've been waiting for. It's not Kingdom Hearts 3, but it's Kingdom Hearts 2.8.
It's not the game.
Yeah.
This is not the game you're waiting for.
It's not the game. This is not the game that that you deserve, but it's the game that you want, or something like that.
Kind of like the UPS guy.
Yeah.
He's the hero we deserve.
But apparently, Kingdom Hearts 2.8 is out now.
What is it for?
It's for consoles, I believe. I don't think they make it for the computer. Sorry.
So they made it.
All
for
you elite
potatoes.
PC gamers are just gonna have to get a console and suck it up.
They made it for potatoes. All right.
But
Well, I just bought some sweet potatoes from Lucky's Market.
Yeah.
So can I plug the TV into the sweet potato
Yeah,
and
should
download?
work perfectly fine.
Yeah, probably.
Anyways, so I'm excited because I just I love the Kingdom Hearts games, even though they're confusing as hell and they're very convoluted, and sometimes the mechanics are broken.
Interdimensional Disney characters.
Yeah, pretty much.
Donald Duck-tron.
Yeah, exactly. I can't wait till they finally do come out with it. I mean, we've only been waiting for like 15, 20 years. So
Yeah,
Anyways, that's my bit of like little like nerdy excitement. What else is going on out in the worlds? Sad thing that I don't feel got enough publicity.
No, it didn't. I know exactly what you're going to talk about.
I feel like I'm glad that we at the Nub like really embraced this and kind of and I actually have to thank Shamrock, because Shamrock really took the lead on this and really like posted a whole bunch of stuff about it. But the actor Sir, is it Sir, I believe?
Yeah.
Sir
John Hurt.
I almost said William Hurt. Sir John Hurt passed away.
Maybe it is William. He goes by John.
Maybe.
I'm just gonna call John
But
Hurt.
yeah, he passed away, and I was very sad to see like a lot of I am in a lot of nerd groups. I am on a lot of nerd pages, this and thing, and I think we're the only ones, except for maybe like a couple of hints here and there. We're the only ones that really embraced this and posted about it, and I was surprised. I mean, Shamrock really surprised me with this because there was a lot of movies or TV shows and things like that that I forgot he was in, because
he was in
his
the
career
film adaptation in 1984.
Exactly. Well, his career spanned such a long period of time. Like, even like the furthest back that I can remember personally is Alien.
Yep.
And people forget that.
That was John Hurt.
Yeah, that was
Alien
John Hurt
popping out of his chest.
And then the last thing I remember that he did was on Doctor Who. He was one of the doctors.
Yeah, Doctor Who, and he was Chancellor Sutler on V for Vendetta.
That's true.
Absolutely. What a performance!
Well, he was in Hellboy.
Yeah.
And I loved him in Hellboy.
Yeah.
He played the father figure. That kind of thing. I mean, just a phenomenal actor. But let's see a couple other things, because like I said, Shamrock really blew me away with how much he posted on here.
I love the fact that he played Winston Smith in 1984, and then went on in V for Vendetta to play Chancellor Sutler. I thought that was the big face, just like Big Brother. I absolutely love that.
But I guess he was the dragon's voice in the Merlin, in the BBC Merlin show. Yeah. Let's see what other things. I didn't even know this, but there was a film adaptation of The Elephant Man that wasn't David Bowie. I didn't know that, and that was William Hurt did that one.
There was that Merlin show has that not Benedict Cumberbatch kid.
Yes.
Yeah, because he's not, but he looks like him.
But he looks a lot like him. Yes. He played Garrick Ollivander in the Harry Potter movies.
What is it?
That's the wand. That's the wand maker.
What is it?
Ollivander's wands. Harry Potter.
I've never heard of this.
Just
kidding.
It's a book series.
Is it like a young adult novel?
Yeah. Well, I mean, anyways.
Is it a Harlequin novel?
Yeah, absolutely.
I might read it.
As you say, you'll probably start reading it now. Novel. But yeah, I was saddened to hear him pass away. But of course, it wasn't like he was an older gentleman, so it's not like it was, oh my goodness. He was
also badass too, because he had actually survived, I believe, several battles with cancer. So he was a tough guy.
Yeah, but he seems like the kind of guy who would pick a fight with cancer, though. Like, he's probably the one that he was.
And just on his ability to articulate and speak alone with his voice, just like whoa.
Like, I doubt he had cancer before he picked a fight with cancer. Like, I think he was like, bring it on, cancer. Like,
bring it on. I got nothing else to fight.
Catch me outside. How about that? Speaking of which, I can't.
How about that?
Oh my God.
Catch me outside.
I hate our culture sometimes. I absolutely hate
the response. Like, somebody did like the meme where they put the text above and below the video, and it said, "Someone's not handling internet fame very well." And they posted like this response to where she's like talking to all the haters on her fucking Twitter. Like,
she's getting way too much airtime.
That just needs to go away, and just no.
So some cool local events coming up real quick. Let's just go over this. So, of course, the Renaissance Fair is again this weekend. I think this is the last weekend, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, I'm going to cry at the end of it.
Oh.
Just like leaving Disney.
There's going to be a Kingdom Hearts trivia on Sunday, January 29th at the Broken Barrel, I believe. Let me double check.
That was 2 days ago?
Yeah, so I've missed that one completely.
Just to let you know, there was a really really
what is
good.
with me nowadays? Well, then
Really
all that I have to say is the Renaissance Fair. I forget. I'm like still in December. I'm still in holiday mode. But yeah, so the last day of the Renaissance Fair is this weekend. Hopefully, if you haven't gotten out yet, I mean, go check it out. Like I mean, I had a good time. You know, I think personally, I should have just
Here are my thoughts on it, because we had a little bit of a disagreement over the BeetleJuice thing, right?
Who had a disagreement over that?
Wicked and I.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I don't remember.
And I understand like totally where she was coming from.
Our producer Wicked didn't like the
what you were saying about people making the putting tons of time and the effort into the costumes and they're really thespians, like doing the whole acting thing. And I'm like, well, you're right. So I reached out to somebody. I got a hold of Brad.
Yeah.
Brad.
Old man cosplay
over at Space Coast Cosplay and Props.
Speaking of which, I told you he wants to join the cosplay, the Nub cosplay group. If you are a cosplayer and you're local, or even if you're not local, if you'd like to join the Nub cosplay group that we're gonna put together, I want to start doing events like going to the hospital to visit kids and things like that. Just go to events that are going on, just that kind of thing. Just something to do. Obviously, it's all volunteer. We're not gonna be doing it for any kind of donations or paying or anything like that. Just to go and have a good time. So, anyways, I apologize. Go ahead. So you got a hold of Brad.
I just messaged him. Posted a thing and said, hey, what do you think of this? Is this gonna be well received? And he was like, oh, come by the pirate set, if basically like, yeah, I want to see it. Like, come by the pirate set if you have any problems, basically. Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Well, here's the thing. You didn't half-ass your costume.
Yeah.
Like I looked at the costume and I mean, it was definitely BeetleJuice, but it was definitely a pirate as well. Like you could have looked at it from either angle and been like, okay, he's definitely gone out of his way to make a nice pirate costume, and he's definitely gone out of his way to make it BeetleJuice. Yeah. So the amount of work and effort that went into it, and I saw nothing but smiling faces. I saw nothing but people were just really happy about your costume. Like people really loved it. And I gotta say, it wasn't a store-bought BeetleJuice costume. Like you didn't just like put on like a
like
crappy,
a lot of the ones that you see. You know what irritates me the most when I see people with just a costume and they have that old man hair bald cap. Yeah. And it's just that obvious, like, sticking out in front, uncomfortable looking fake forehead bald cap. And I'm like, oh, that irritates me more than anything. I fucking hate it.
But yeah, I mean, it was brilliant. And I mean, you were a rock star there. Like, people were just like, BeetleJuice! Like, everybody, well, except for the kids. None of the kids know who BeetleJuice is.
There were surprisingly quite a few kids, though.
Were there? Okay.
Yeah.
It was all older people that I saw. They're like, BeetleJuice! Yeah. Woo!
Quite a few parents.
You got flashed a lot too. I was very surprised.
No,
by dudes.
But I got like there was a large Viking woman and a mystic that latched onto my arms and like took a picture with me. They were quite forceful.
Nice.
I was afraid because she was a straight up Viking, like badass. But I was like,
she's like 7 foot tall and like she's towering over you. Like, you will take picture with me now.
Got done pillaging like an entire countryside. I was like,
or the snack bar of the Renaissance Fair.
Burn a lot of calories when you're pillaging, But,
oh my god! And the guy that was doing the pickle thing was cracking me up. Like the.
He was kind of
all the penis innuendo jokes.
Oh, that's funny. I like that picture.
Yep. But anyway, so yeah, it was a good time. One of my favorite events is coming up, and that is the International Tabletop Day.
House of Pancakes?
Yeah, International House of Pancake Tabletop Day, though.
Where's that?
It's basically anywhere where there's a game store. They should have some kind of event going on for it. But even when I posted on the Nub, I said to check with your local game store and see if they're doing anything, because most game stores participate with it, but some of them actually they actually are part of the actual International Tabletop Day thing where they'll actually have giveaways and stuff for it. So yeah, it'll be on April 29th, and I'm very excited about it. That's one of my favorite days of the year. You just go up to your local game store, play some games. Sometimes like I know that Get Your Fun always has cool little giveaways and stuff like that for door prizes for people that come in and stuff. So things to expand on your board games and such.
Oh, that deck builder game showed up.
Deck builder, yes, the Flip City.
Yes.
You didn't open it yet, right? You did open it. Well, then we can't give it away, but that's okay.
Oh, I thought that was something that we were gonna do.
Well, because I got one too.
Yeah.
So we were gonna try out mine, and then we were gonna if we liked it, we were gonna give the other one away or whatever. What I mean? But anyways.
Still give it away.
Yeah, if anybody wants an open copy of Flip City,
they're gonna open it anyway.
But yeah.
I'm so
So
excited to look at it. 'Cause
so
I'm like, you're talking so highly of it.
who was it? It was Tasty Minstrels sent us copies of Flip City to try out, and I'm going to probably do a review on it after I've played it a couple times and seen how it works. It's a cute little. The thing I love about the Tasty Minstrels games is that majority of them, and actually I think all the ones I've ever seen are usually like small games that you can carry with you to places. You know, like take them to a con, take them to your friend's house, take them somewhere where there's not a whole lot of. It doesn't take a whole lot of space.
Take it with your lunchbox to work.
Exactly, actually. So, like, one of my favorite games they do is like a dungeon crawler game with dice, and it comes in like a little treasure chest, and it looks really cool. But yeah, most of the games are small, compact that you can bring with you places like when you go to cons and stuff like that. They're great for waiting in line to go see, celebrities and such. But they were doing a giveaway, and I had posted on there, that we would love a copy of their game and yada yada. So they sent us a couple copies of the game. So we're gonna try it out and let you guys know what we think. I also got my Kickstarter came in for my buddy's game. Nope, not Ninja. I know you're about to say not the Ninja Turtles hasn't come yet. Ninja Turtles Watch 2017 now is still a no-go. I've not received my game yet. But my buddy, his name is Chris Miranda. I believe is how you say his name properly. Could be wrong, but whatever. He right. Helped create a game called Zombag. And it's a really cool game where it's most of the game is kept in a bag, and you shake it up, and it's like those little Pogs. Remember back in the day, Pogs?
There was so much drama surrounding Pogs.
We'll get to that in a second, because I know a lot of that kind of stuff.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't have to explain.
But you reach in the bag and you pull out a certain amount of these little Pogs, and some of them will have zombies on them, some will have survivors, some will have equipment, things like that, and you're basically trying to everybody's got a couple cards in front of them, and you're basically trying to do whatever it is that you have to do to fulfill these cards to win the game. So it's a fun little game. It takes about 30 minutes or more to play, and like I said, it was a Kickstarter that a friend of mine did, so I don't know if it'll be something that's available in stores or not. But man, it's a lot. I enjoy playing it, and I'm glad that I have my copy now. The only bad part is mine was supposed to be signed, and it's not signed, and I think he moved to Georgia, so now I'm gonna have to track him down like a bloodhound and be like, sign my damn box. So
yeah, that's a pain. You have to stalk somebody to get an autograph.
Well, it depends. Like, I enjoy stalking people on a regular basis, but I mean, when I have to stalk them for an actual goal, no, yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I mean, because then you're taking out of your fun time. Then it's more like a job.
Yeah.
That's why I can never be a private investigator. I couldn't be sitting outside somebody's house where I'm getting paid to stalk, but I can sit outside somebody's house not getting paid all day. Like, I camp out there, I get myself some McDonald's.
What's the most awkward thing in the world?
What's
that?
When
a private investigator gets caught.
Private investigating?
Yeah.
Especially, could you imagine if you were really bad about falling asleep while you're doing those kinds of things? So
you're like
out in your car, staking out somebody's house.
You're like the old disillusioned cop that's retired that became a private investigator, and he's wearing the stereotypical trench coat with mustard stains on the white shirt.
Yes.
Falling asleep with a cigarette, and the ashes are falling, and it starts to catch on fire from the alcohol.
Oh, you're going real dark with this now. And then you burn alive in your car.
Yeah. He just gets severely injured, that's all. And then he gets to be experimented on for the new types of skin graft and scar removal stuff, and he redeems himself and becomes a handsome man. And
this is a movie, I think, in the making.
My God, I just made an entire script for a film.
Well, the way that movies are nowadays, yeah, you pretty much did.
Yeah, at least it's original and not a remake of Final Fantasy 12 already.
Oh, whoa. Shots fired. Shots fired. Wait a minute. Oh, man. I'm sorry that I'm a Square Enix bitch, but I just love their games, or their old school games. I'm not a big fan of their newer games. So, yeah, I posted on here that they're doing a remake of Final Fantasy 12, and looks like
Didn't that just come out?
Mr. Hot Glue
When did that come out?
Final Fantasy 12's been out 4 or 5 years now.
Oh, my God.
10 years. I don't know. But Mr. Hot Glue decided that he was going to,
remake Final Fantasy 3. I'd like to see that. It was 3 in America, I think. 5
well, this isn't a
in
remake.
Japan.
This is remastered. I would like to see some remakes of maybe the actual original
remastered.
game,
they remastered several old ones in.
They did 3.
Higher bit.
They did 3. It was on the DS. Yeah, and it was really good.
I want straight up remastered. I want to see Setzer rocking it.
Well, I was excited about
Gamble.
the whole Final Fantasy remake game, Final Fantasy VII remake game, but then come to find out they're going to do the Telltale thing where it's in installments and yada yada yada. No, it's
you know
just
what
not
I'm really
for me.
upset about?
Everything.
Everything. I'm angry all the time.
I get that.
Was Sin? They did the first episode, Sin Emergence or whatever, and I was intrigued. I'm like, this is going to be cool.
Sin as in like from Final Fantasy X?
No, as in the Judge Dredd ripoff character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, really, I kind of feel like he was always like a Judge Dredd ripoff character.
Yeah.
Ultra masculine, he has the multi-guns, and I don't know. It really ultimately was kind of a dumb game. But the original one was so cool because you had headshots and the characters' heads would explode. And I'm like, oh, I'm amazing at first-person shooters. I can shoot their heads.
Then you realize you're not.
Yeah. But, yeah, I was so excited for that, and then, they died.
I don't know. I downloaded the first episode of the Batman Telltale game, and I've not played it yet, but I've just been so busy.
Game, Batman.
It's funny because every time I sit down to play, I've got all these games I want to play, and every time I sit down to play a game, I'm like, there's a meme I saw the other day where it's like, oh, I need to sit down and have like a rich, meaningful, experience playing this game, and with a great storyline, blah blah blah. And then it's like, fuck it, Overwatch.
Yeah. Oh, did we talk about this last time? The Rooster?
No, because we skipped a week, and I apologize for that for the 5 people that listen. It was a very rough week this last week.
There were car troubles.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things going on. But I hope they. So I love this game mode.
Yes.
The Catch the Rooster game mode, because it's Capture the Flag is what it is. And I absolutely love it, and I'm gonna be so upset if they don't keep it because I'm tired of them. Like, okay, the Hordes type gameplay that they did at Halloween was cool, but it was very limited. They could have really
one room.
They really could have really expounded on that and made something really epic and fun.
They still can, and I hope they do.
That's what I'm saying. Is these game modes that they're creating, like the maze, snowball fight thing, whatever. That was okay.
I hate that.
That was whatever. But I never got a chance to play Lucille Ball because I wasn't not Lucille Ball, but Lucille Ball. I never got to play that because it was before I actually picked up Overwatch. But like I would love these like successful game modes, even the unsuccessful game modes. They should just make available for you to go in and do a custom game and play them.
Isn't that the custom game option?
Is that?
Yeah, but you have to have people to play with.
I'm gonna have to check it out. Yeah, but see, I want to be able to just like jump on and like I'm doing with the Rooster mode now, where I can just. We played. Me and my buddies got on there. Well, me and my brother's fiance got on there, and we played 10 rounds of Catch the Rooster, and only lost 2. It was amazing.
You know what pisses me off though?
Everything.
Oh, everything. So in that mode, it's really irritating when a team has a May or a Winston, or pretty much just any character picked, but particularly them because
I just hate when they pick a character to play against me.
I just hate when people play against me.
Mm-hmm.
I get irrationally angry.
Yeah.
No, because Winston can now launch himself. See, here's what they take away Roadhog's ability to hook you from across the universe
and around
corners. You can
Yeah.
finally see around corners.
Yeah.
And then they make Winston able to jump to the literally other
moon.
side of the universe because I'm in there and I had no idea they did this. And all of a sudden, Winston just goes, whoo, and he's gone. I'm like, oh. All right, well,
they got our flag now.
I'm McCree, so I walk the slowest out of anyone, so I'm not going to get him.
What's great about this game mode too is that I've been experimenting a lot more with new characters because of it. I never really played with the dwarf.
Toblerone?
Yeah, I never really played with him, and I never really played with Symmetra.
Symmetrical, yep.
Yeah, I never really got into those characters because I'm not the sit around, and I know some people are gonna, but I'm not the sit around and kind of camp it. I'm not
a long-range beam sniper now.
Yeah, I'm not the kind of guy sit around and camp a site per se. And I know that a lot of people are like, oh, well, if you're playing it right, you don't sit around and camp. Okay, bullshit. You still are camping a site.
You set up your damn lasers.
Yeah, you're waiting for somebody to get caught up by your little laser trap, and then you're gonna melt them with your unbelievably powerful melting gun.
Yeah.
And with at least with Tobajorn or however you say his name, the turret is powerful, but it's not overpowered. You actually have to like run around and actually do some like backup shooting, for that thing, But anyways, off my little soapbox. I never really played with those characters because they're not really my forte.
You don't main them?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Yeah, anytime I see somebody that wins from turret kills, they automatically do not get my, or that gets a medal or whatever, and they're on there to vote. If they're getting it for turret kills, that person's not getting my vote. No. Even when it's me, I'm like, I'm not voting for myself on that.
I love it when they somehow know they're going to get play of the game, so they spray their tag and start hitting it on the wall. Like, that's the ultimate just... That makes me so...
Well, that's what I hate. So I must have gotten like 4 play of the games with the turret, and what's even worse is, I'm not doing anything, so I'm just running around like an idiot, and it's like, this person died, this person died, this person died, this person died, and then it shows the play of the game, and here I am like an idiot, just gotta walk around doing nothing.
Just like back at the spawn.
Yeah, they don't focus on the turret actually killing people, so I'm just kind of like wandering around throwing out armor, like, just do.
I saw one where the guy was at the spawn and somehow knew that he got like 5 kills or something. So he just was like crouching. He walked over, looked at the table.
He's just doing nothing.
Yeah. He's just like chilling, drinking coffee. Just like you do.
Just like you do.
Just to play the game,
So I would like to extend a personal thank you to Netflix.
Really? For chilling?
For the chilling, But no, they've got that option now where you can download like certain shows and movies and stuff like that to watch off of your Wi-Fi later. And let me tell you, my productivity at work has gone down like at least 10%. You know, like it is.
You got that playing in the background.
In the background, in the foreground. Like I've literally taken my work and kind of set it off to the side. Now I do all of my 8 hours or 16 hours worth of work in like 15 minutes. I spend the rest of the time watching junk that I downloaded from Netflix.
You're going turbo with that
I'm
shit.
telling you. Turbo Kid.
Oh, that's such a good movie.
It is such a good movie. Kid Turbo?
Kid.
All right.
Vincent Mihoff? Vincent D'Onofrio?
Get out of here. So what do you got going on in the nerd world these days?
Well, I attempted. Now, I say attempted because I don't know what it is. I think, what's his name? Clive Barker?
Mm-hmm.
I think Clive Barker gave me PTSD.
Oh, okay.
With Undying.
I think he gave me an STD, actually.
Well, that too.
Before he passed.
Do you remember Clive Barker's Undying?
Refresh my memory.
It was, you were this character in this, like, old turn-of-the-century mansion.
Okay.
And they had the monsters that were howlers, and you would hear them in the distance, and they would come up and you would turn around.
I think any game that has that kind of situation in it, where there's some noise that is associated with this certain character, and that certain character's a pain in the ass to fight, is going to give you PTSD. Case in point, Left 4 Dead. And the witches, every time I'd hear the witch, I'd be like, son of a
when I see a witch out on the street, I still avoid them. Those long claws. And
oh, my God.
Screaming. So I loaded up the demo, because the demo for the new
I'm afraid they're going to turn me into a mouse, is my big concern.
Yeah.
Like, you're looking at me like you have no idea what I'm talking about. That's fine. I guess I'm
what game is that?
It's a movie called Witches.
Oh, wait, is that
they turn the kids into mice, and then they stomp on them or eat them or something?
Meet like 3 blind mice in that or something?
No, it's like
what's the movie with the 3 blind mice?
It takes it's like a witches convention, actually. Like they're staying at a hotel, and all these witches are coming to the convention, and they're turning everybody into mice. And
sounds very sacrilegious.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry. Go ahead. No. There's got to be at least one person listening out of the 5 that's seen this movie. If my sister listens to this, she'll be like, I know this movie.
We watched that.
All right, sorry. Go ahead.
So, Biohazard 7, right?
Yes.
Resident Evil.
Looks like Texas Chainsaw Massacre meets
friggin' gorgeous game. Let me start off with that.
Is it?
Absolutely gorgeous. The first thing I do when I get into a game is I turn everything off. Because
the
all
game
that,
included?
Yeah. All the extra video settings, all the extra horse shit, I turn it off because that's almost like cheating.
Yeah.
I mean, you get higher frame rate, and no bloom, and no motion blur, and I can't stand any of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I turn all that off, but the game still even looks just of its own, graphics level looks great.
Yeah.
So you're in this awful derelict house, and you're playing it with headphones, and I like to have my headphones a little bit loud so I can hear what's going on.
Yeah.
And there's footsteps, and there's sounds, and there's doors closing, and all this shit happening all around you. And I'm just like, I can't do it. I'm not. No, can't do it. No, I'm not ready for this.
I saw a video
it's dark.
I saw a video on online that was it was like a whole lot of nope or something like that was the title of it or something like that.
Yeah.
The guy's going down to like looks like a basement
Yeah.
from this game, and there's like a girl like doing the kind of the ring thing where she's kind of crawling up the stairs and the light goes out for a second, and then she's like right in the guy's face. He turns it off and he takes his headphones off and he just walks away from the computer.
I'm just like, I'm done. No, I pretty much had that when I had to go into a dark room, and I'm just like at the door, you know, is very poorly lit, and you kind of crack it open, and you know there's something on the other side.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like, so I open the door and it's just some damn TV that's on static.
He's like, nope.
Like, oh fuck. So I said, all right, no, I'm just boom. I'm getting my gigs back. Like it's too much. So what I did was
start playing Overwatch again.
yeah, start playing Overwatch and in the happy world, and I picked Mercy, and I was healing.
I was gonna say
everybody.
Pick Lucio, just skated around.
Just
Didn't even heal anybody. I was just skating around.
Just stayed in the spawn where it was safe. So the Game Grumps, they're playing it in VR, and I couldn't imagine. I could not even begin. Why would you do that to yourself? First of all, because as good as shitty VR on the phone is, like real VR in Resident Evil. And
make you piss yourself.
Oh, he's having a time. Ergoraptor, he's doing it.
I gotta watch this.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Is it on the YouTubes, on the interwebs?
Yeah, he's like,
So
I'm getting barfy. Like,
give us the premise of this game. So what is going on in this Resident Evil?
So it's this dumpy house with this dumpy family. I mean, I know the basic point plots. Without giving like spoilers per se, like what happened, like why are you at this house, like what's going on, like, well,
are you one of the characters from Resident Evil, or you're like Chris or something, so you're different, you're a whole new character.
But what I will say is it, without giving anything away, it does tie in to the Resident Evil world, and apparently at the end of the game you go, oh, okay.
See, because I felt like when was it 5 when Chris Redfield goes to save the president's daughter.
No, that was Leon Kennedy.
Or Leon, whoever it was.
Yeah.
Leon Kennedy goes to say 4. That was 4. Okay. 4. When that one came out, at first I was worried that it was like such a deviation from the original Resident Evil
form of art.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, I love the game, the graphics, and stuff like that, but at first I was so worried that it was going to be so deviated from that world. Because I mean, let's be honest. Like the original Resident Evil games, they were cheesy, they were crazy, over the top, and the monsters were these like they became these ginormous weird
4
things.
Was the first third-person shooter, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, you still couldn't run though. You had to, you couldn't run and shoot at the same time. Still, you had to stop. Oh God,
that was so tense.
I hate that.
About the time when you're fighting the giant automaton clone hands monster, that was.
But I liked the feel of it, where it was like
hands?
where the zombies were more like, were more kind of zombie.
Well, they had
the
Las Plagas in this, so they were more like mind controlled with spores or whatever the Christ it was.
So what's going on with this family here in this Resident Evil game?
So this is more, without giving away spoilers again, this is more the girl, right? The movie had a AI, but in the games, wasn't there a girl who was a telepath?
Oh, I don't remember.
In one of the games, I thought there was a girl that they had experimented on who was a telepath.
Well, I thought. Are you sure that's not the plot from the movies? Because Alice in the games, if I remember correctly, Alice was not a human person anymore. She was the AI in the games.
Well, they based the
daughter. In the movie, there actually is an Alice because she's the main character. Basically, they follow around.
No.
Isn't that who what's her name plays? Isn't that Alice?
Yeah, that's her name, but she's not a little girl.
No, she was a little girl though. She grew up, and then it turns out there was clones of her and all this other stuff, and but she was like she was actually a clone of the daughter of the head guy that created the Umbrella
bullshit
Company.
got deep. I don't know, but I thought there was a character in the game that was a little girl that was genetically engineered monster,
which was Alice.
Basically,
it's
my understanding that that's the source of everything in this.
Okay,
that there is an incident, and this family somehow becomes part of it, and your girlfriend gets trapped there, and there's this dumpy...
So it's like Evil Dead going on. You're in a cabin,
and then obviously
you cut your own arm off, you get chainsaw.
Obviously, you see that she gets involved with it, and she becomes gross and awful.
Yeah.
But so it's interesting, but this is more of like a micro, of the macro of the Resident Evil story. This is just like one little dude's story of.
It's kind of like Resident Evil 2 was like. It was your own little story of getting out of Raccoon City. You didn't really
Leon.
You didn't really. Well, you could choose to be either Leon or
Claire.
Or Claire, yeah. And
Leon.
And both paths were a little different, you know. But that was just them getting. They didn't do anything. They didn't accomplish anything. It was just them getting the hell
city
out
got
of
nuked at the end.
Exactly.
So
that was just them getting the hell out of Raccoon City.
Inconsequential.
Yeah.
Like literally nothing mattered.
Yep.
Just the escape.
Nothing really matters.
Which brings me to my next point,
Mm-hmm.
that Jill Valentine was such an underrated badass, and I hate the movies for not making her like even more of an astonishing badass.
Well, Resident Evil 3, she's over there taking on the Nemesis by herself.
Oh my god,
and shit.
man!
Like,
yeah,
she's running around with like a crop top and
and
a
crop top and miniskirt,
but it still has the beret for some reason. I don't know what that's about. But
I thought that one of the best things about it was getting like the classic Jill outfit, because I
Mm-hmm.
was like, yeah, that's cool. Like, why does she have this disgusting dress on fighting zombies? That just doesn't make no sense.
got all that money, don't make no sense.
She's just that good.
But so it's definitely worth the play though.
I would take a look at it just to pee yourself a little bit.
Just be a little
Just to, a little bit of pee.
I mean, you're not playing anymore, right? You're pretty much done.
Oh,
now.
I uninstalled it. About the time there was a little, I don't know, secret door or some shit, and you had to go in this little crawl space, and I was like, no,
done.
Not gonna do
Out.
it. I'm done. No.
I love it. What else is going on? In the,
that was it for
the
me.
nerd world.
So
real quick,
go
I just
ahead.
want watching the new season of that sci-fi show, The Magicians. Watching it actually, like, on Sci-Fi, so I'm recording it on the TV. Seeing the commercials for the other sci-fi shows cracks me up, because everything, all the commercials, I swear to you, was whatever mixed with Game of Thrones. Case in point, they have one where I don't remember the name of it, but it's like something to do with like colonizing Mars or some kind of craziness like that, And it's like Battlestar Galactica meets Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And then I swear, the next commercial right after that, which was for another one of their shows, it was something meets Game of Thrones. I'm like, you just use this tagline.
Aren't they militarizing the Wizard of Oz again?
I don't know. Maybe it was that, but I swear,
I thought they were doing, like,
swear
the
to
whole
you,
Wizard of Oz.
it was 2 back-to-back commercials for shows on their own channel, and both of them using the same tagline. It was just, the first one was Battlestar Galactica mixed with Game of Thrones, and the next one was whatever. Oh no, it was for the Magicians. It was like
Harry Potter.
Narnia meets Game of Thrones. I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. So I'm really, we talked about this prior, but I am upset at the Magicians.
Yeah.
Because I'm at an episode where some scandalous stuff happens in the first season. And it's been about a week.
You can say it, because actually, I mean, you're watching on Netflix, so it's actually been out for a while.
So the episode when Quentin has the 3-way with his with the
gay guy
and
his best friend,
the gossip girl.
Yeah,
I'm like, really, really, he just cheated on her.
It's funny because I
was really upset about that.
I think I have PTSD for that kind of thing right now. Like for any kind of cheating in general. So I watched that episode and I was like, gotta be kidding me.
Well, here's why I was really upset about it. Was
because there's always an excuse,
she
for
clearly
what
was
happens.
guarded, right? They've been trying to portray that in her character,
Yeah.
like she's very guarded,
Yeah.
and she let her guard down. And he is also a bumbling, just absolute mess idiot. Like, he is in no way, himself
Quentin
whole.
is my least favorite character.
Yes, and for him to have done that to her, I was just like, "Are you serious?
Listen,
Are
you haven't
fucking serious?
You haven't even begun to scratch the surface of the what the F moments in that show. Like, you need to go back in there, because like the one, his best friend, like the things that happen with her are just ridiculous.
I don't like her.
I absolutely love her now. Like, after
Really?
I love to hate her, and you're gonna get to that point with her, because she's I don't want to say anything because you haven't gotten there yet. So
no, but I just don't like her just because she's just.
I don't really care for Penny either. Penny annoys me. Like.
He's one of my more favorite characters.
See, I don't know. He just annoys
me because of his attitude.
Well, that's the thing. Is like, you don't have to have an attitude about everything. He's one of those people, like, they're purposely
He's a contrarian.
Yeah,
he is absolutely a contrarian.
It's one of those people that just has to be a dick about everything. It's like, oh, how do you like the cereal? Oh, your mom likes cereal. Like, yeah, my mom does actually like cereal. I don't understand why you gotta be so pissy about it. Like,
but I guess just some of those moments in the actor, the way he portrays it, I find hilarious. But I'm looking at more of like for example, when he goes into Quentin's dream
Mm-hmm.
and he's playing like the Indian janitor.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You racist motherfucker!" Oh, that was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, the whole show in general just has great writing. Like, even though I don't care too much for the characters per se, the writing for the show is fantastic. I keep calling the gay guy, and I apologize. I can't remember what his name is.
He's fantastic.
Yeah, I love his character.
Just because,
and he gets better and better as the season goes on. Like when you get to the last couple episodes, you're just like, oh my god, this guy is just.
I love, and I do love the Gossip Girl. I forget her name.
Yeah, I mean,
she's
all right. I think here's my problem. Okay, so the show writing for the actual storyline is great. I feel like, except for I can't remember Quentin's best friend's name. Except for her, everybody else is very two-dimensional.
Yeah.
You know, Quentin is the idiot. You know, the gay guy is the pompous gay guy. You know, Penny's the angsty, dickhead. You know,
traveler. Dickhead.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want this power.
The gay guy's best friend is the bitchy, bitchy gossip
knows
girl,
everybody's business.
And then what's her name? That I can't remember any of their names. I feel really bad right now. But the one that we were just talking about, she got cheated on by Quentin.
Blonde girl with glasses.
Yeah, blonde girl with the glasses, the big boobs. So horrible.
But we also let's also talk about the Elephant Man in the Room. All of the characters have some type of like stereotype.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right?
They're all just they're very two-dimensional characters, but the actual story is good enough that I can look past that. I can look past the fact that they are all just like very two-dimensional, and get into the actual story. Because
and Penny's
this whole evil Narnia thing, I love it. Like I don't think you've gotten that far into it yet.
Oh, I know. I already know about the guy that wrote the books and how he's a gross monster pedophile.
Yes. Yeah.
But the Penny's girlfriend is the alternative chick with the not quite shaved side head.
Yeah, I'm like,
is
she Sombra?
Yeah, like she's just.
I'm waiting for her to walk up to one of the characters and then touch him on the nose and go boop.
Yeah, she's like not committed to the shaved head. Hashtag girls with shaved heads.
Yeah.
That's a real hashtag, by the way.
Is it? Does not surprise me at all, actually.
Yeah, that got sparked. I saw some cosplayers doing that. Hashtag girls with shaved heads. Hashtag.
Well, I think you can hashtag
blah.
anything, like hashtag.
But no, like you click. It's like a popular hashtag.
Oh, okay.
Girls with shaved heads.
I'm gonna look at that right now.
Shaved side heads, or I don't remember what the hell it was. But,
As long as not shaved other things, start getting in trouble on the podcast.
Oh Lord.
So, what else? Any other events going on right now? I feel like I'm missing something besides my own mind. So went and saw Split, and I have to say, is it James McAvoy, however you say his name, Professor X?
Yes,
does a fantastic job in the movie. That being said, I do not enjoy M. Night Shyamalan movies at all, and I keep giving them a try because I'm an idiot and I keep going back, but again, he just screws up another great premise for a movie, and it's irksome,
So about the time that I was forced, and I say forced because it was movie night at my home.
Okay.
And had to watch The Happening.
See, okay, here before you get into that, 1 second, just real quick. M. Night Shyamalan, his movies, do they not start off great? The Happening starts off great. People, like, the dude lays down, he gets run over by the lawnmower. I'm like, this is awesome. Like, this might actually be the time that he does a good job. And then you find out the trees are trying to kill people. Go ahead.
What? I'm talking to a fake plant. Like, the one of the most horrible, really. Like, we're talking worse than Trolls 2, worse than The Room, Mark Wahlberg.
Yep.
Conversing way too close to the camera. Like, we are past the point that you can be close to Mark Wahlberg.
Very uncomfortable.
We're just here to we don't mean you any harm.
How's he momming them?
I'm talking to a fake plant. Like, that was just like, I refuse to accept M. Night Shyamalan as being a good writer.
He's not.
If he indeed wrote that scene, that it's just that's the worst thing ever.
I don't understand how he keeps getting
no knocking
movies.
Mark Wahlberg, because I mean I do like Marky Mark. I think the Big Hit is
I
one
miss
of
the
my
Funky
favorite.
Bunch, though.
The Big Hit's one of my most favorite films. Melvin Smiley is such a great character.
We Own the Night is a fantastic movie.
That was a good movie too, and he won at the end of what was that cop movie?
The Other Guys, because that was horrible.
No. it had Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Oh, The Departed.
The Departed. He won at the end of The Departed.
That movie's fantastic.
He was the last man standing, right?
Yeah.
He just sneaks in on Ben Affleck. It's like Mark Wahlberg won. That was great.
I'm still waiting for him to be in a serious movie and go, feel it, feel it. Feel the vibration.
So that's one thing, though. Like, he made the transition. You know, he went from being Marky Mark to actually being a serious actor.
And he really did it. Like, he did a good job with it. I mean,
except for Max Payne.
Yeah, there's been a couple flops. You know,
that wasn't his fault, though.
You know, there's been a couple flops, but he's done good.
I have that on DVD. I don't know why.
Max Payne?
Yeah.
Somebody probably bought it for you because, like, oh, you like movies and you like video games? So here's a video game movie.
Now I remember who it was, too. Mm-hmm. They're not in my life anymore.
No? It's probably because they bought you that movie.
Oh, yeah. I said, go. Just don't call me ever
again.
I
don't ever want to hear from you.
Don't contact me. I'm blocking your number. Just go. No.
Oh, my goodness. So, did you ever find out didn't you say they were working on a live-action Witcher movie?
Yes.
Any follow-up on that?
I haven't seen anything pop up in my sphere of information.
Well, damn it.
But I will eventually follow up on previous stories. Kind of like the game, you know, where there's a space station and it creates clones of you. And it looks really cool.
Happened to that?
What is that called? Like,
well, that's the worst part about games, though. They give you they give you information about games coming out way too early.
Oh, you mean like Cyberpunk 2077?
Yeah.
You know, I heard some gossip about that it's actually going to come out in 2077.
Nice.
That makes me so upset. And you know what the funny part is? That was just a pre-rendered bullshit trailer. I mean, they literally could make that game a deck-building PC game like Gwent.
Yeah.
And, you know, you'd be like, well, you know, to be fair, they didn't really show any content in the trailer.
Yeah.
Like, they created this whole astounding world with so much potential behind it from the trailer and what they were saying about it.
Speaking of deck builder and, you know... Gwent, yeah.
Being such a great game.
So there's a game that I absolutely love to play, but it's hard to get out on the table, okay? It's a tabletop game called Pathfinder, the adventure card game, okay? And it's hard to get on the table because it's a lot of cards. You have to organize them in a certain
level?
I'm sorry?
What's the difficulty level? Well, on like a scale
it's actually pretty
on a scale of Monopoly to Settlers of Catan, where are we at?
Do you have a gasoline can and a match that I can borrow real quick?
Why?
Totally not going to set your house on fire.
Yeah.
So
one day I'll let that Settlers of Catan joke go.
Yeah, well,
only because I saw a video where they called it the most difficult game ever.
So there's a furry convention coming to town. You want to talk about that real quick?
No, because furries are perfectly acceptable and
anyways,
they do good things for people.
They're boon for the community.
Cosplay positivity.
So, and I absolutely love this game. Right? I mean, I have two of the full sets of the game, plus a bunch of expansions, plus just all the But it's hard to get it on the table because you can play it solo.
Is it like physically difficult to set up? Is that what the problem?
No, well, what is okay? So, imagine if you took a dungeon crawling RPG game, right?
Yes.
And you turned it into a kind of deck builder game.
Yes.
All right. And you had different scenarios where certain cards had to be played out in those scenarios because it told a story, as it were, when you played the game, when you played out that scenario. So now you've taken a deck builder and made it exceedingly more difficult because now you have to take out certain cards and put certain cards into certain decks and move things around and create this like scenario and stuff like that. And just the setup alone for it is a good 10-15 minutes at times. Depends on like how like when you first start off, it's not that, it's maybe like 5 minutes to set up. But as you keep going with the game, it gets more and more convoluted. So you have to set up different things, right? But it is really exciting because your deck that you're building, you keep that deck and you keep playing through the game, and you're changing out cards and stuff like that in that deck to make your character more powerful and have better abilities and things like that. Use better weapons or whatever the case may be as you go along. So you're actually leveling up in this deck builder as you play it. It is a fantastic game. I absolutely love playing the game, but like I said, it's kind of a pain. It's first off, it's a pain to convince people to play it with you, because sometimes it's like it can be an hour or more,
it's a commitment
to playing it and things like that. But Paizo, which is the company that actually makes the game, they made a app on iTunes for the game. and let me tell you, like, it is great. It's one of the few board game apps I've played where they did a fantastic job actually converting the board game to an ISO.
An app?
Yeah, an app to play.
A CD image that you burn? Oh, all right.
But I mean, it is just, they did such a good job with it, and it feels just like playing the game. I mean, granted, here's the thing: to download the game and the first scenarios are all free, but then you have to pay, for the
that's how they get you.
Yeah. And honestly, though, it is such a good game that I feel like it's worth it. I've already bought a couple of extra scenarios and stuff like that to play through a couple times. But I mean, I don't think it's as worth it as the prices they're trying to pay for. Because I think, but when everything's said and done, if you were to buy all the scenarios and everything like that, I mean, you might be up to like $60-$70. I mean, you're paying for what you would pay for like an actual like video game, to play on your iPad.
Let's be honest. The game and then the DLC and then the expansion packs. You're looking at maybe $300.
Yeah, it's true.
That you got to sink into buying, playing Call of
Duty.
And
I think about it too, because like I said, I've got all these expansion stuff for the actual board game, and I've probably got a good $300 and some odd like in the actual box for the game. So I mean, I'm already made a big commitment for the actual game itself. I'm not gonna make that much of a commitment for the app. So I'm gonna get to a point where I can't play it anymore without spending more money. I'm just gonna have to stop playing it and go back to stop being lazy and go back to playing the actual
that's some
card
things
game.
That irritate me about a lot of games is like I've been flirting with the Rainbow Six game, the Siege, and I like the gameplay. It's hard. It's not like one of these.
Oh, it's really difficult.
Yeah,
that game's hard as hell.
It's hard as hell, and
their AI in that game are some of the worst, some of the best AI I've been up against in a game in a long time.
It's exceedingly annoying, especially when they're using tactics like shooting you through a bookshelf that you would never think like, oh, okay, so he just like shot at me through that goddamn bookshelf.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. But I started getting into that a little bit more over the weekend because I was playing Killing Floor 2, and I leveled up a perk pretty high, and then they reset everything to 0, and I've put I don't know how many hours into Killing Floor 2, so I got a little upset and cursed the sky, and then started playing Rainbow Six again. And of course, then there's a shit ton of unlocks that you have to get in that. So I started unlocking characters and having a little bit more fun because I had some variety.
Well, I don't mind the unlock. I love that. I love when you're challenged to unlock things.
Oh, but my point is, it's a cost, though.
Oh, so you had to pay to unlock them?
Well, no. It's like you either pay to unlock it or you play for several hours. Like some of the DLC characters cost like 25,000 points.
What I'm saying is, as far as I know, there's no way that I can just play this game over and over again and unlock the other scenarios. I'd have to still pay for them. You know what I mean? And that sucks. Yeah. I don't like that. I don't mind.
Well, you can unlock the new characters that are DLC characters.
Well, I'm talking about the card game put on into an app. I'm saying I don't know if they have the option where if you play it enough that you can unlock other things.
Click on this ad and you can get coins.
Yeah, and you have to watch ads all day.
Yeah, get more coins. Oh, you want more coins? Here, watch this ad about Viagra. Hey, you want to watch this ad about catheters? All right. Does this apply to you?
Anyways,
want catheter and diabetic supplies?
Now that we're back to the health cast, I guess we should probably wrap it up.
Oh yeah.
We'll hopefully have this one out before the Ren Fair this weekend. So,
yeah, I don't have any time to do it on the weekend, so I gotta get it done. But I got like a 7-page paper I gotta write up. So.
Oh my god. Yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Tell your friends. Hit likes. Subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. Help us out.
If you've got like an aunt or an uncle that are like kind of weird and into cosplay, and they need something to listen to.
Absolutely.
Just
this is the perfect show for them.
Yeah, make sure they know about it.
But you guys have a good week. Be safe. This is the Murse.
It's Felton.
And we'll talk to you later.
Yeah, bye. Let's record some silence for a second. It's easier on me.